We start with Hank, a man completely isolated on a tiny deserted island. He's starving, dehydrated, and has lost all hope. He's literally standing on a cooler with a noose around his neck, ready to end it. But just before he jumps, he spots something washed up on the shore. A body. Hank rushes over, hoping it's someone alive, but nope. It's a corpse. Pale, lifeless, and definitely dead. But then something bizarre happens. The body starts farting, loudly, repeatedly, and the gas is so strong that the corpse begins jerking around like a malfunctioning machine. Hank realizes the body's gas is so powerful it can propel things, including itself. And in a moment of pure desperation, Hank climbs onto the corpse like a jet ski and rides it across the ocean. Yes, that actually happens. The two wash up in a forest on the mainland. Hank drags the corpse inland, hoping to find civilization. But he's exhausted, freezing, and still completely alone. That night, the two of them hide in a cave from a rainstorm. He talks to the corpse just to stay sane. He names him Manny. And then, the impossible happens. Manny starts to move. His mouth twitches. His eyes open. And he speaks. He has no memory of who he is, how he died, or anything about the world. Hank is shocked, terrified, and fascinated all at once. Hank realizes Manny is like a human Swiss Army knife. His body has strange abilities that help Hank survive. Manny's mouth sprays water like a fountain. His limbs can chop wood. His body can spark fire. His farts can propel them. His stiffness can be used as tools. It's ridiculous, but it works. Hank teaches Manny about life, love, and human behavior. He explains emotions, relationships, and why people feel lonely. Manny absorbs everything like a child learning the world for the first time. To help Manny understand life, Hank builds makeshift sets out of trash and forest debris. He recreates buses, restaurants, parties, and even a woman Manny becomes obsessed with. But here's the twist. The woman Manny fixates on is actually someone Hank secretly admired in real life, a girl he saw on the bus every day but never had the courage to talk to. Hank uses Manny as a way to process his own loneliness and regrets. He even dresses up as the woman to help Manny understand love. It's awkward, funny, and strangely emotional. As they travel through the forest, Manny becomes more alive, emotionally and physically. He starts asking deep questions about life. Why do people hide their feelings? Why do people feel embarrassed? Why do people pretend to be normal? Hank realizes he's been hiding from the world his entire life. He's afraid of rejection, afraid of being weird, afraid of being seen. But with Manny, he can be himself. Their bond becomes genuine, even though Manny is technically dead. But underneath all the laughter and weirdness, something darker is building. Because the more Manny learns, the more he accidentally reveals things Hank never wanted to admit, especially about the woman Hank secretly admired. Eventually, they stumble upon a backyard that leads to civilization. Hank panics. He doesn't want to lose Manny or be judged for dragging around a corpse. But Manny, still learning, accidentally reveals the truth. Hank wasn't stranded by accident. He ran away from his life because he felt unwanted and invisible. The woman from the bus, the one Hank recreated, actually lives nearby. And when she sees Hank with the corpse, she's horrified. People call the police. Paramedics arrive. Everyone thinks Hank is mentally unstable. Manny goes still again, like a normal corpse. Hank is devastated. Hank is taken away by authorities, embarrassed and defeated. Hank runs away with Manny's body so that it won't end up alone in a morgue. Hank's pursuers discover the structures he built, which in actuality seem to be quite close to Sarah's house, as if he had been there some time instead of journeying through the forest. They all follow him to the beach. Cornered, Hank lets out a long fart and he is taken away by the police. But then something unbelievable happens. In front of everyone, the woman, the police, the neighbors. Manny suddenly comes back to life. He farts loudly, smiles, and propels himself back into the ocean like a motorboat. Everyone is stunned. Hank just laughs. Because for the first time in his life, someone, even a dead someone, believed in him. Swiss Army Man looks like a weird comedy about a farting corpse. But it's actually a story about loneliness, shame, and learning to accept yourself, even the parts you think are too strange for the world. It's bizarre, emotional, and unlike anything else you'll ever watch.